statements Tyranny operator. In the spirit of using shorthand syntax, we can use a Tyranny operator to simplify an if-else statement. Take a look at the if-else statement example. Let is nighttime equal true. If is nighttime is true, the console.log turn on the lights, else console.log turn off the lights. We can use a Tyranny operator to perform the same functionality. So this is also shorthand syntax, as you can see. We'll take away the if and the else. So we'll replace the else with the colon, and then we'll replace the if with the Tyranny operator or the question mark. And then, as you can see here, we're also taking away the curly braces. And that's it, yeah. This is the shorthand version. So in the example above, the condition is nighttime is provided before the question mark. Two expressions follow the question mark and are separated by a colon. If the condition evaluates to true, the first expression executes. If the condition evaluates to false, the second expression executes. Like if-else statements, Tyranny operators can be used for conditions which evaluate to true or false. So instructions: refactor or edit the first if-else block to use a Tyranny operator. So we're going to refactor the first if-else block, which is this one over here. Remember, the if we're going to replace with the question mark. We're going to take away the curly braces completely. Yeah, by the else statement, we're going to change that to a colon. Take away all the curly braces. Okay. And just remember, when you're refactoring the first conditional, just take away the semicolon at the end, and then that will be the correct way of refactoring this if-else statement to in Tyranny operator format. So as you can see, you will need a key to open the correct. You will need a key to open the door correct. Right. So now we're going to refactor the second code block, if-else block, to use a Tyranny operator. So if you recall, we need to take away the if statement. Let's take away the curly braces. And then on the second line, just before the console.log, we're going to add the question mark. And then take away the curly braces, add the colon. That replaces, take away the first semicolon on the first console.log, and that's exactly how it should be. And as you can see, we've refactored that correctly. On the third one, let's refactor let favorite phrase to Tyranny operator. So take away the parentheses firstly. All the what they call it, extraneous brackets, something like that. Okay, so then obviously the first semicolon, the console.log, and the else. Take away the favorite phrase, the if statement, and then put a question mark right in front of the console.log. And then the second extraneous phrase, take that away as well. Then yeah, that should be fine. As you can see, that's correct. We've refactored the if-else statement to Tyranny operator format. Right, so let's move on. Conditional statements. If-else statements. We can add more conditions to our if-else statements with an else statement. The else-if statements allows for more than two possible outcomes. You can add as many else-if statements as you'd like to make more complex conditionals. The else-if statement always comes after the if statement and before the else statement. The else-if statement also takes a condition. Let's take a look at the syntax. Let stoplight equal to yellow. If stoplight is equal to red, console.log stop, else. If stoplight is equal to yellow, console.log slow down, else. If stoplight is equal to green, console.log go, else. Console.log caution unknown. The else if statements allow you to have multiple possible outcomes if else statements are read from top to bottom. So the first condition that evaluates true from the top to bottom is the block that gets executed. So in example above, since stoplight is equal to red evaluates to false, and stoplight equal to yellow evaluates to true, the code inside the first else if statement executed. The rest of the conditions are not evaluated. If none of the conditions evaluate to true, then code in the else statement would have executed. So let's create a program that keeps track of the way the environment changes with the seasons. Write a conditional statement to make this happen. In main.js, there is already an else if statement in place. So let's add an else if statement that checks if season is equal to winter. Inside the code block of else if statement, add console.log that prints the string it's winter, everything is covered in snow. Okay, so let's add an else if statement that checks if season is equal to winter. So just before the else statement, we're going to add now an else if statement, and we're going to check if season is equal to the string winter. Just use single quotes in case. If else, we're going to go ahead and we're going to console.log statement over here. But don't forget your semicolon. Okay, let's run this code block. Invalid season. Right, as you can see, it's invalid season. Since season is not equal to winter, season is in fact equal to summer. And there's no condition met for summer. There's only season equal to spring, season equal to winter. So then it goes to the default, which is else console.log invalid season. Okay, number 2, add another else if statement that checks if the condition is equal to fall. So we're going to do the exact same thing basically, and we're just going to change this to fall. So we're missing a curly brace here just before the else if. If season is equal to fall. But log of the string, obviously, not that one. Okay. So that's invalid season because it is not equal to summer, since season is equal to summer. Right, add a final else if statement that checks if season is equal to summer. Right, so now the final one, I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm just going to copy this. So if season is equal to summer, we're going to console.log It's sunny and warm because it's summer. Don't forget your semicolon at the end, otherwise the block will not execute and the program will break. Right, so as you can see, that's correct. It's sunny and warm because it's summer. Reason being is that that code block equates to true because that season is in fact equal to summer. So that condition has been met.